All right, guess who's back with another one take banger? Today we're going to be talking about my 3 favorite daily trainers of 2025. But first, if you're not subscribed, I looked at the numbers, guys. 117% of you are not subscribed. We got to get those numbers down. We need more subscribers, so those numbers got to go up. Please subscribe, like, all those things. Honorable mention. I don't have honorable mentions. Here's the thing. I don't run in all the shoes. I'm a Jagati, just a guy on the internet, okay? I buy my own shoes, for the most part, all of them, just about. And I don't even run in the big boat shoes, like the Nimbus, the Cruisers, the Wave Sky 9, those kind of shoes, the Triumph. So those are not on my list. You gotta go to the professionals for that, Kafuzi, Yowana, shoe tubers who cover a lot more. But I do have an honorable mention. No, I'm gonna mention it, but it's dishonorable mention. Yeah, maybe most disappointing shoe, and that's gonna be the Hyperion 3 from Brooks. And on paper, it looks like it's gonna be a dynamic daily trainer. By the way, guys, we're talking about dynamic daily trainers. This is separate from JAS, just the shoes, okay? Like, we're talking about Puma Velocity, Wave Rider 29, SL2, Supernova Rise, just regular, more traditional type of daily trainers. I'm not talking about those. What we're talking about is dynamic daily trainers. They give you a little bit something more. They're not too much more expensive than you're just a shoe, but they're a little bit more exciting. They're a little bit more bounce, soft, something, right? So on paper, Hyperion 3 took a jump from Hyperion 2. You can see it looks a little bit more comfortable here with a padded heel collar, and there's just more shoe there. It's like the Hyperion 2 was maybe for more up tempo, and maybe Brooks thought, okay, the launch will do that for us, so let's take the Hyperion and make it more and transition it to more of a daily trainer. However, underfoot, it felt like just a shoe. Now, Brooks is known for a very dull bounce that I enjoy a lot. I like the Hyperion Max 1. Glycerin Max is one of the all-time. It's goated for sure. And that actually kind of interfered with the ride of this shoe, because I thought when I was running in it, it really was pretty forgettable. You know, it felt like just a shoe. It's like, why would I not just run in the Glycerin Max? Maybe price could be an issue, but it's a comfortable shoe and it gets the job done, daily miles, but I'd rather have the Glycerin Max. To be fair, I have watched other YouTubers review this shoe, and Yowana, for example, who's more of a stride runner and more of a cadence runner, thought this was bouncier than my number 3 pick. My number 3 pick, it's the Novablast 5. Been a fan of the Novablast lineup. I've run in all of them. I love number 1 the most, 2 a second favorite, then 4, then 3, and then comes 5. And 5 reminded me a lot of the 2. I thought the bounce was back. I have to say this almost every video. I am 5'7". On a good day, I'm a Pisces, 45 years old, I weigh about 145 to 150 pounds. I'm a midfoot striker and a cadence guy. Okay, so this shoe was bouncy for me. It was not soft. I have heard other shoe tubers who run in it say, yeah, it's too soft. What's my hang up with the shoe? Why is the shoe number 3 then? I'm gonna talk about this. There's a singular point, a singularity right in the forefoot. It's like my foot is in a vice. It's just like the trampoline pad. I can feel it, and it kind of dissipates. The word of the video dissipates. It goes away after a couple of miles of running into it. Why? Why though? Why do we need to have that pressure point to make the shoe work? It's just the shoe, right? It's just kind of bothersome. It's irksome. I've got 80 miles in it. I got it more recently. I got it, even though this shoe came out, I think in last December. I think I got it in July or August. I have enjoyed my time in it. The FF Blast Max, it's hard for me to keep up with all of the names from these foams. It's softer. It is bouncier. I've heard there is durability issues with this shoe. I don't know, because I haven't gotten over 100 quite yet. But many people that I know have said that it goes flat shortly after 100 or 150 miles, which is not the issue with my number 2. God, I'm killing these transitions today, guys. It's the humility for me. The Neo Zen from Mizuno. Now, Mizuno sends me shoes, disclosure, okay, I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of all Mizuno shoes, even though they send them to me, and I'll tell you which ones I don't like. But this one, I love. This one came out also at the beginning of the year. A lot of the best shoes came out at the beginning of the year. My man Dave put 500 plus miles on this shoe and then got another pair. I have put 218 miles in this shoe, and I like to say, I stole it from somebody else, I think you'll wanna, I vote with my legs. My legs are like, I wanna run in that shoe today. This has been getting a lot of votes lately. So I ran 150 miles in it. I picked it back up in August. I just did a video comparing it to the Neo Vista V2. So you can check that out. But basically it's soft, but also still bouncy enough and responsive for me as a midfoot cadence guy. I really like the shoe. I find myself reaching for it all the time. I have to test a bunch of, I don't have to test a bunch of other shoes, but I do test a bunch of other shoes. This is one of the ones that I really want to run it. But I will say the issues with this one is that if it's a little long, so I would recommend half sizing down, also knit upper, not a lot of padding or cushion. So it's not the most comfortable shoe. And if you have issues with knit uppers, be wary of that. It does scrunch and have that little thing. I've made a couple videos on it, and then I'll leave those discussions or videos right there. And for the number one shoe, I've got it. It is the Vomero Plus from Nike. Now, you said this is Max Cushion. This is Max. This and the Glycerin Max are technically listed as Max Cushion daily trainers. And I think that's pretty spot on. Look at this, hold on. I didn't know these shoes were in here. This is the Nike Invincible 1, and when I ran in this shoe, and the Vomero Plus is essentially the Nike Invincible 4, but not, right? This shoe was wild, and it felt space booty. It had a lot of bounce, but it was a little bit all over the place. And when I landed, I didn't know if I was gonna go east or west or down the road. I was definitely going somewhere pretty fast though, and I didn't reach for that shoe when I wanted to go on recovery runs because it was too fun. It was too bouncy, and I'm a sucker for a bouncy shoe. I'm gonna go fast just about any chance that I can get. So many iterations later, we have the Vomero Plus, and this shoe is, I think, a fully realized version of that first one. The foam is still bouncy, and yet it still came, the structure in the shoe and the way that it's constructed keeps me going south to north, north to south, I don't know. Certainly unidirectional, okay, I'm not bouncing off the walls. My brain is always bouncing off the walls, but this shoe is not. And it's stable. Now I'm a mid-foot guy, and I'm laying just a bigger drop. I like bigger drops. Novablast 1 was my favorite Novablast. That one had the biggest drop. Nike shoes tend to have big drops, and I like that about their shoes. I like ground contact. You're not gonna get a ton of ground contact in this shoe, but you are gonna get the drop. Now it's a very comfortable shoe, and the reason why this shoe beats the Zen to me, because by the way, the Vomero Plus, I got it last month. I've put 80 miles on it so far. I'm gonna get it to a couple hundred miles for sure. It's more comfortable. It's great to walk around in. Also, it is a shoe that is great at knocking out daily miles. I can pick up the pace in the Neo Zen just a little bit, but I'd rather run in a different shoe. Same thing with the Vomero Plus. I can pick it up, but mostly I'm just looking to kind of cruise in the shoe, and it feels good and it's exciting enough that I really want to run in it. Because the upper is more comfortable and structured, that's why I'm putting it in top of the Zen or in front of the Zen, because I think more people would get on with the Vomero Plus than with the Zen. But if I had to pick, because I know I get along with the Zen, my personal favorite would be the Zen over this. But the best shoe quality-wise, well constructed, is from Nike this year, in my opinion. IMO Jigati, just a guy on the internet. Please like, subscribe. Let me go ahead and start knocking out all these other top shoes of the year lists.